here already in Dallas. It is cold. We don't expect it to be so cold during this time in Dallas, Texas. And ready for another match against a different type of Dallas team, because they have a new coach, they have brought in new players, and they building on a new direction. And it's very palpable and easy to see that they are pragmatic in the things that they're looking to progress and do as a team. They have brought in some quality players, some other players that already are used to playing in MLS, and also, as always in Dallas, some players from the academy that have improve and gotten more minutes in order to be able to participate a little bit more. So we expect a difficult game. We expect a tough match. But also we've been practicing very well this week. We have been reinforcing the areas that we need to defend well. We have been reinforcing the things that we need to improve. But overall, I have seen the players in a very good mental stage. And we're getting little players back from injuries, which is a good thing, because it makes the competition even stronger for players to be able to play at a higher level. So we're excited to be here in our fourth match.
We'll go to questions and begin with Will Conwell.
Gio, thanks for taking the time to speak with us today. Can you elaborate a little bit on sort of the things that you guys have been working on, the things that have needed improving? What did you see that as after the first 3 games, and what improvements have you seen in the team thus far?
Yes, so first of all, I have to start by saying that there's a lot of good things that I've seen. And the things that we need to improve are details. There's things that we want to do better in the already a lot of the things that we're doing very, very well, that have allowed us to be able to be a strong team this 3 matches that we have played. So some of the areas that we want to continue to reinforce is how well we've been defending. It's about keeping those principles very strong in the way we defend. Being able to every time have all the knowledge of the team that we're playing against, in order to make sure that things that are happening or will happen already understood and predictable. And the things that we continue to improve are having a little bit more of the ball in some moments, being able to be a little bit more clinical in our decision making in some of the attacking moments, in those transitions that we have had, which we have had a few against the 3 teams that we have played, but we haven't capitalized. It's about getting in those moments better decision making and be more clinical to be able to count them. And make the game a little bit easier for us. Also in how to be able to be versatile in the way we are able to attack teams. We saw that in the first half against New England Revolution. We didn't make runs in behind as many as we wanted. We improved in the second half, and that's how we created problems on New England. In this last game, we got against Austin in good areas to be able to cause more problems. But then we should have shot earlier or make some better runs and move the ball a little bit quicker. But the good thing is that we're getting there. We're getting in the opposite half. We have good moments. Second half against Austin was very good in the way we pressed. So we won a lot of the balls. We didn't allow them to find our goal at all by shutting them out from shooting to our goal. And so there's a lot of good balance, a lot of good things, but details, can always improve, while also, we get individual players in better stage to make sure that For example, Santiago Moreno is more clinical inside the box. And that will build up a lot more the good things that he already does outside, around the field for such a young player that's been doing very, very well. So I think there's many areas to improve, but a lot of good things that we have done so far.
Sam Spiller.
Hi, Gio. Like you mentioned, Dallas is kind of a revamped, kind of retooled team this year with a new coach, and like you said, some experienced MLS players coming in. They also play a system that looks a little similar to the way the United States men's national team plays, with pressing high, trying to control the ball, trying to pass it around in the attacking third. How do you prepare for a team like that? How do you ensure that you're ready to face a team that kind of is playing a new system and has a lot of new faces in such an aggressive style like that?
Yeah, it's about making sure that we give the proper information to our players in what to expect in all areas, in how they attack, in how they build, in how they can, cause you problems. It's all about information, and that goes with the press, the areas that we can find in that press that we have seen, in the three teams that have played against them. Some have had a little bit of success, some others had a little more trouble in finding those spaces. And like every team, they improve game by game like we do. But it's all about information and giving the players the confidence to make sure that we find those areas that we feel that will make our game better when we have the ball, and that will make, our game in a better way controlled when they have the ball. As I always mention to our players, the important thing is when we don't have the ball is that we still have control of the match, that we allow the ball to be played in the areas that we feel more comfortable. And we have done a very good job these past 3 games in doing that. But this is a team also that have a few individualities that can change the game. O'Brien is a player that is fast. Velasco is a player that can come into the match at any point and create something, different. You see also the inclusion now of Arriola on the other side. I think it's making their team a stronger team. And they keep on improving. So it's all about information in giving my players the understanding of what they're going to face in this game and try to execute it.
Okay, we'll go back to Will Conwell.
Gio, can you give us an update on the health and availability of the team? In particular, we've got it sounds like the center backs. You've got a much wider selection possible there. What's going on?
Yes, so we have our 4 center backs ready to play. They are available, so they travel. We are having Eric play with our second team this weekend. Because now he is on a stage in which he can start participating and getting minutes. So by him playing today, tomorrow with T2, he will get minutes that are going to be important for him to be available next week against Orlando. And we continue to move forward with the players that are injured. We know that Mora is not there yet to be able to start participating. And we just have to also make some selections in order to make sure that we try to have the fittest team available, and those that are still building up, they might have the opportunity to be able to play with T2 in order to continue to build minutes, build strength, and be able to get closer and closer to be more competitive with the position that they play in.
We'll go back to Will with the follow-up.
And what about Sebastian Blanco? We haven't seen him in a starting position yet this year. How are his minutes being managed? What's his status overall?
Yes, so Seba is, as I always mention, and I have said it many times, he's a very, very important important component of this team, on the field and outside the field. He's a great leader and an important component of this team, as I mentioned before. He had a time in which he was away, and he's catching up. He's catching up little by little. Every day he looks better, and we have to look at in two ways. His recovery in how he's coming back into the game. And one is his strength, his fitness, which he's building up little by little, and also his fluidity of play, which we have seen improving and getting better and better from the first match to the third match. So what we have to be smart is the way we're managing to make sure that he doesn't have any setbacks, as he is important for us to continue to progress. So we've been very happy with how he's been, coming along, and he feels comfortable in the path that we have set in order for him to be able to come back. So this is not a timeline thing that you can say by this day he's going to start starting, or he's on a good progression, and we'll see, week through week in how things will improve and get better. But he's doing very, very well in that process that we have set forth from the beginning with him. And we have seen that every time that he has stepped on the field, he has looked more fluid and better and more comfortable. And this is very important for us.
We'll wrap it up with one more question from Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
Thanks. Just building off of player availability, Gio. Christian Paredes had to come off last game late. Doesn't look like he's going to be available tomorrow. What would you be looking for from a replacement, whether that's George Fashive or David Ashala stepping in potentially tomorrow? Yeah,
so unfortunately, Paredes didn't make the travel. So he's one that is more precaution for us to have decided for him to stay in behind and be able to continue to rehab. He's in a good place to start probably training full already when we come back. But it was important for us to make sure that we didn't make a mistake again when I say mistake again, I mean, it's not that we have done it before. It's just saying that we have to make this decision in a smart way to make sure that everyone is in a good situation to be able to give us the best of themselves. So yes, I have made some decisions in how we're going to play, and then you'll see tomorrow in our game. The good thing is that we have good choices there to be able to come in, and we're excited about the opportunity that we're going to have tomorrow to see the team with another player in that position.
All right, we'll wrap it up there. Gio, thank you for taking the time. Good luck tomorrow. Media, thank you for joining.
Thank you.